Welcome to Cinema's Underbelly, the channel where we dive into the deepest, darkest trenches of the underground to analyze and review the most obscure, obscene, and controversial films that cinema has to offer. I'm your host, Jonathan Doe, and today we will be reviewing the first 4 entries of the American Guinea Pig series. Before we start this review, make sure to stick around till the end for your chance to win this Unearthed Films Blu-ray release of American Guinea Pig, The Song of Solomon, signed by special effects master Marcus Cook. The American Guinea Pig series is the modern Western counterpart to the infamous Japanese Guinea Pig series of the mid-1980s and early 1990s, with the link connecting the two franchises being the American Guinea Pig's Bouquet of Guts and Gore and the Japanese Guinea Pig's Flower of Flesh and Blood. Flower of Flesh and Blood is a pseudo-snuff film detailing the graphic dismemberment of a young woman. At the beginning of the film, a block of text is presented which states Flower of Flesh and Blood is the reimagining of a genuine snuff film that director Hideshi Hino received in the mail from an anonymous person. The first entry in the American Guinea Pig series, Bouquet of Guts and Gore, is supposed to be that very snuff film that Hino received in the mail. Released in 2014 and directed by Stephen Biro, Bouquet of Guts and Gore takes the same basic premise of Flower of Flesh and Blood and then turns it up to level 10. Presented in the same pseudo-snuff format, Bouquet of Guts and Gore centers on the abduction, torture, and evisceration of 2 young women, consisting entirely of practical gore effects sculpted from the hands of special effects guru Marcus Cook. The film's scenes of human destruction at times appear so realistic that clips of the film have been found on real gore sites being proclaimed as genuine snuff footage. In 2015, Cook would take the director's chair and release Bloodshot as the second entry in the American Guinea Pig series, granting considerable homage to the Japanese Guinea Pig Nasty Devil's Experiment, as well as the unofficial guinea pig entry Lucky Sky Diamond. Bloodshot tells the story of a man who is imprisoned by a psychotic doctor who tortures him in increasingly gruesome ways in order to extract chemicals from his bloodstream. After the release of Bloodshot, Stephen Biro began working on his next entry in the American Guinea Pig series. But during this process, he came across an Italian film directed by Poison Rouge called Sacrifice. This film shared considerable similarities with the original Japanese guinea pig film, He Never Dies. Except for that Sacrifice is a much more serious and significantly more brutal endeavor. And Biro ultimately decided that this film needed to be a part of the American Guinea Pig series. Biro finished production on his installment, and in 2017 released The Song of Solomon, currently the last entry in the American Guinea Pig series. Solomon centers on a possessed girl named Mary, whose possession is so significant that any priest who attempts to exorcise her loses their life and has their soul damned to hell. The version of these films you see in this video are the limited edition box set with exclusive gore covers that were part of the original Indiegogo campaigns. Though this particular release of the films is no longer available, you can still get your hands on the standard editions from most DVD shops online, which I highly recommend, as this series is not only a love letter to the extreme cinematic projects that came before it, but is also a series that isn't afraid to challenge and push the boundaries of extreme genre cinema. If you found this video interesting and would like to know more about these films, don't forget to check out the review I did of the original Japanese Guinea Pig series, as well as keep an eye out for the first episode of my podcast, The Uneasy Terrain Explorers Club, where I interview Stephen Biro and Marcus Cook regarding their involvement in the American Guinea Pig series, as well as the history of the original films. Also, don't miss out on your chance to win this Unearthed Films Blu-ray release of American Guinea Pig, The Song of Solomon, signed by special effects artist Marcus Cook. All you need to do for your chance to win is subscribe to Cinema's Underbelly and write in the comment section of this video what your favorite film in the American Guinea Pig series is and why. The winner will be selected at random and will be named at the beginning of my next review. As always, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Till next time, this is Cinema's Underbelly.